Hey guys, welcome to Unplugged, Unmuted. I'm your host Ryan. This is episode number 3, week number 3. Can't believe we're already this far in. But this week I have an episode to share with you guys. I am interviewing this time Alex Coates from Doppelganger. They're a sweet progressive metal band from my hometown, Davenport, Iowa. I've been listening to them since about like 2015, 2016, but I've been really getting into them now that I'm kind of developing more of a distinguished musical taste rather than, just listening to the gateway music for what you like for a genre, right? So, over this episode, we talk about kind of how they formed, what the beginning steps were, and all the way up to his endorsements, recent tourings, and to kick it all in the can at the end was his dream lineup. And I really think Alex is a great guitarist. He does all kinds of stuff from prog metal to remixing hip-hop songs, and he even talks about wanting to do a little bit of EDM stuff, and you can kind of see that in Doppelganger's music, especially with the song For Granted. So I hope you guys enjoy, and go check him out on Spotify if you haven't already. His band, again, is Doppelganger. Before we hop into this episode, I want to show you guys a clip of him and Kyle doing a playthrough of their song, I Was God Once. That's what really kicked them off. And thank you guys. Enjoy this one. All right, we are live. Welcome to Unplugged Unmuted. I have Alex Coates, awesome guest today from Doppelganger, lead guitarist, one of my favorite guitarists actually, even though we're from the same hometown. But
Hey,
tell me a little bit about yourself.
hey, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Yeah, dude. I am 27. I've been living in Quad Cities my whole life. Been playing guitar since I was about like 11 years old or so. Um, and yeah, I play guitar in a metal band called Doppelganger. We're instrumental. And we are, I don't know, currently working on new music, having fun, doing cool stuff. We had a lot of good luck this year so far.
Yeah, you have, especially on TikTok. You blew up really big on
Yeah,
TikTok.
that was really funny.
Yeah,
Um,
let's dive into that a little bit later. But when did Doppelganger start?
so yeah, that's I was trying to think about that because Kyle and I have been playing music together since we were in middle school. So, you know, if you count that, I guess it was like 15 years ago. But that was just me and him messing around.
Right.
We were like, you know, kids just trying
Yeah.
to figure out what we're, just having fun. We were playing like the middle school talent show and stuff.
Right.
But then after we graduated high school is when we kind of like started playing shows around the Quad Cities and Iowa City area because he went to college in Iowa City and then I stayed in town. And so we kind of got a group together and started playing.
How many of you guys were in the original lineup for members?
Yeah, it's crazy to think about this because there was 6 of us
Oh wow.
on. We did an EP at first, and we had 2 vocalists, 2 guitar players, a drummer, and a bass player. And it was me on guitar and Kyle on bass. And it's been that way this whole time.
That's crazy. So how did you dwindle it to 6 down to now 2?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah, dude. It's been a crazy ride because like with all the changes that have taken place over the years, we've kind of learned a lot about just playing music and a lot about ourselves, I think, as well. Because,
Yeah.
we were kids.
Right.
We were 19 when we started,
Yeah.
and, things just end up not working out. You find out
Right.
some people lose interest and, leave the band and, things
Yeah.
happen. But, Yeah, we did a 6-person band EP in 2014. Um, and then 3 years after that, we did an album with a vocalist in 2017. Um, and then 3 years after that, in 2020, was our most recent album, the self-titled instrumental album as a 3-piece. And yeah, and then most recently we've had 2 singles. I Was God Once in 2021 last year, and then earlier this year we put out a single, For Granted, with a guest vocalist just for fun, because we figured we're not trying to limit ourselves.
Right.
It's just fun to have a guest vocalist on.
Yeah, no, that was Aaron Matz, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool.
He fit really good with you guys, honestly. Like, if you guys did a whole album with him, I don't know if he'd be up to it, but or if anyone would be up to it. It's like that. Honestly, that was such a good fit, in my opinion. Like, listening to it the first time, and then you had your ending breakdown. I was like, no, what is Alex doing? I was just like, this is just disgusting, because you have that trilling that's like fluttering, panning left and right really quick.
Yeah. There's
just nasty.
Thanks, man. Yeah, there's a lot going on, and we tried to make that one really, really heavy. And I was listening to a lot of bands like Reflections or like Darko. I don't know if you've listened to Darko US at all, but they're just crazy heavy. Vilcharta. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but like bands like Humanity's Last Breath, just stuff that's kind of really eerie sounding and creepy sounding, with extra noises and stuff in the background.
Yeah, stuff that's just like, that's music? Compared to what the music started out to be, just, you get your blues and rock and soul, all that stuff. And here we are with Thal. It's just crazy to see all the different takes on music that people do. And
absolutely,
you have your prog metal now. That's mostly Doppelganger stuff. And so, do you plan on, now it's just that you and Kyle, do you guys plan on digging into maybe some other, more your guys' visions rather than with past members?
Yeah, I think, going forward, we've kind of just discussed probably just writing and releasing stuff online for now. And, that gives us a little bit of room to kind of experiment with the sound, considering, we don't have to necessarily hold ourselves to playing it live,
right.
so we can mess around with, maybe some different genres. Like, we're both big fans of electronic music, and that's something we've never really gotten a chance to explore, just because we've always been working on Doppelganger stuff, which is very, it's progressive metal, but it's got its roots in metalcore, which is just a lot of high energy, which is really, really fun. But it's cool to write some chill stuff from time to time. So I think we're gonna probably experiment with that, but not stray too far away, because we're still going to be a metal band at the end of the day. But I love how bands like The Contortionist will kind of go from, one really chill section to a incredibly heavy, just ridiculously section, stuff.
Another band that kind of reminds me of that is Rivers of Nile. It's just like 5 songs. They're just like, you know what? That's one song. That's not 5 songs.
Yeah. Or, but Between the Buried and Me is like.
Yeah. That's another good example.
The best example I could think of that. Yeah, I'm wearing one of their shirts.
Nice,
right now.
Dude. That's nice. And then you got your Born Osiris flag behind you. That's a sick flag.
Yeah, I love that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, fits your whole. You got a backlighting too with your Kiesel guitars too. And you got a Christmas hat on one of them. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's a sweet setup. Yeah,
got a little cap on that one.
Since I brought up Kiesel, did you want to talk about your recent Kiesel endorsement?
Yeah, dude. So I am really lucky to be endorsed with Kiesel Guitars now. I have been playing their guitars since 2018. I ordered one of their Vader headless guitars back then, just to kind of try and see what it was like. because I'd heard so many good things. And once I got it, I just fell in love with it and kind of got obsessed with the brand. I sold a bunch of guitars and ordered another one, and you know, started posting a bunch online, taking a bunch of pictures and posting in like the group Kiesel page that they have on Facebook. And yeah, recently my couple posts on social media got a lot of attention, and I was talking to, before that happened, I was already talking to the artist rep, Chris Johnson with Kiesel, kind of just discussing just talking about Doppelganger, and he told me he was a big fan of what we were doing, and we kind of discussed maybe working together at some point, but I didn't quite have a big enough following at the time, so then I just kind of kept posting videos, doing my thing, and got super lucky with a couple different videos.
Yeah, because I remember you made that video. It's like, oh, you work at Guitar Center, but your band sounds like this. And I think the last time I checked, it was like 2.3 million views on TikTok.
Yeah, dude,
that's nuts, man.
That was so crazy and so funny, because I had filmed that and it was sitting on my phone for a couple weeks, and then the day after my last day at Guitar Center, I was like, well, I might as well upload this. I don't even work there anymore. So let's see how this does. I thought it was just gonna silly little video.
Just
get
another
likes.
video. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
No, that's the video.
It was the video that got us a bunch of followers, and it did a lot for us because it had our song "I Was God Once" playing over it, while it's just me standing there looking depressed in front of a wall of guitars at Guitar Centers.
You're like, man. No, really, you killed it with "I Was God Once." It really reminds me, I think I told you this before, but it reminded me of Marigold, with how Periphery opened with a violin.
Oh, cool.
And that's the first thing I was listening to it. I'm like, Periphery. But it's really neat because it's like that wasn't the first time you used a piano to incorporate a riff. I think that was in Plummus too at the end. Right?
Yeah, I love doing that. I definitely love bringing in synthesizer stuff and piano stuff. Just adds another element, kind of break up just the guitar, bass, and drums. Add a little bit more to it. Yeah, I mean, Born of Osiris is pretty big on that too. So is Between the Buried and Me. Big influences of mine. Bring in keys all the time on their metal songs. So yeah, I like to do that quite a bit.
That'd be awesome.
Also, Kyle. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You can continue.
Yeah, Kyle, our bass player. His first instrument was piano. So
really?
he has a big part in writing piano parts for us too from time to time. So yeah.
So is it safe to say he just has like a nice backlog of piano parts? He's like, hey, we can use these anytime.
Yeah, he's definitely got piano riffs laying around.
Dude, upload them. I need to check out Kyle's page more. I'm following him, but I don't actively go on his page and see exactly what he's up to. But if it's like in my feed, I'll watch it, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he should make some more piano videos. That'd be cool.
I would really like to see you both expand instrumentally and musically as well. Like, I know you're doing more, like you've done... What was that one you just did? The famous TikTok sound?
Yeah. Yeah, Money So... That was Money So Big, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a song by an artist named Yeet, which it's kind of funny because the only reason I did that video is because I saw my buddy John Rose from the band Pathways. He covered that song on TikTok, and I saw it did really well for him. So I was like, all right, that looks fun. I'm going to go ahead and learn that and post it, see how it does. And it didn't do too well on TikTok, but on Instagram it did really, really well.
Instagram and Spotify, I think, right?
Yeah, after I had it on Instagram, people were asking me to upload it to Spotify, so I just went ahead and did that. And I uploaded it to the Doppelganger page, and it's our most listened to song now.
I feel like that's like a little bit, not a slap in the face, but it's kind of like this little TikTok sound.
Yeah, it is what it is. I'm okay with this.
Any attention is good attention, really, when you're trying to grow your page.
Yeah,
as long as it's like not negative and ruins a reputation. But
yeah, exactly. As long as it's something that I'm actually having fun with. Because like since then I've uploaded a couple other hip hop covers on my Instagram, and they've done really, really well.
Yeah, you did Black and Yellow. That one sticks out in my mind right now.
Yeah,
I've gone through your stuff. Don't worry.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Yeah,
no, you're good. Yeah, What else have you done?
I did Day and Night by Kid Cudi. I did a Doja Cat song. I did All Right by Kendrick Lamar. I've done a pretty good little handful of hip hop songs so far. That's kind of been what I've been kind of focusing on, I guess, recently. As far if I post on Instagram, it's typically been a hip hop cover because I've been writing metal for Doppelganger. So when I want to take a break from that, I'll go ahead and make a little fun hip hop cover.
Yeah, that, and then another one that sticks out to me was your 8-string Metallica. That was neat. Yeah. You should do these full videos, man, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. A lot of people ask for an extended version. I'm just too lazy.
Yeah,
I just can't
I know, because it's just like, you're like, oh, I like this a little bit. That's literally when I'm like trying to learn a song. I'm like, I learn like one riff. I'm like, next. You know?
Yeah.
It's just like. Yeah.
And the only reason I post short covers on Instagram is just because that's what people watch. You know, That's like people are just scrolling on Instagram to watch 5-second videos. It's become TikTok. So.
Yeah, it's people have that TikTok mind, man. It's really just like anything beyond like if you don't get them in the first 10 seconds, you're not going to get them at all. They're already on to the next thing. It's sad, but it's like
you got to adapt. You got to change. You got to, adapt and overcome.
And you are though. You are really. You have a big following on Instagram, dude. Really.
Man, yeah, I got really lucky. It was pretty. I swear, it was pretty much all that money so big video, which
really
is. Yeah, I mean, I had a decent following before that video of like maybe 5,000 or so, but Jesus, it's it's like at 65,000 now, which is just not something I was prepared for. I got like 3 million views on that Money So Big video, and so that really blew up my page. I had a lot of interesting people message me and comment on that video and start following me, and
I'm sure you have all kinds of people who are just like, hey, you want to do something?
A lot of people thought that I wrote that song and they wanted me to sell it to them and like let them use it for a beat or something. And yeah, it's a lot of messages.
You're just like over and you're like, man, I don't know how to reply. It's like you didn't write Money So Big, but you have your own rendition of it. So like, I don't know how copyright in that sense works.
Yeah, I mean, I can't obviously sell that to anybody, but I can upload a cover to it. When you upload a cover to like Spotify and stuff, I go through DistroKid to upload all my music, and you can pay an extra fee, like a licensing fee, to upload covers. And so it pays all the proper royalties and payouts to the original artist and everything.
Yeah. So. How does DistroKid work? Because it's like right now I'm just uploading these videos, the podcast episodes to YouTube. But like as I get like a little bit more income, whatever, I was like, oh, it'd be cool to get these on like Apple Music or Spotify. And I know DistroKid just because I think Jared Dines like years ago mentioned it, and it just always like stuck with me.
Yeah, I would definitely. Yeah, man, it's only like $20 a month or excuse me, a year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so pretty damn cheap. It's worth it. It's worth it because it gets your music up there on every platform, like Spotify, Apple Music, all the above.
That's awesome.
And yeah, for podcasts too, so.
That's me. I'll have to check it out. Thanks, dude. But all right, let's talk about your other endorsements. So you had the Kiesel, your most recent, and then you also had Stone Age guitar picks this year, right?
Yeah. Yep. Those guys are really cool. They make these really interesting picks. I have a couple. These are like made out of agate stone.
Oh, wow.
So they're really, really durable, and they have a really unique tone to them. That really is just kind of like a lot of I don't know how to. There's a lot of clarity to it, like especially for low tunings, like I play in on the low strings, you can really get like a good bite out of the string, and you can hear a good snap, and it's like I don't know, it's a different tone than I've ever really heard before. I just messaged him. It's a one-man like operation out of I think he lives in Virginia. Or Vermont. I think it's Vermont. I'd have to double check. But yeah, his name's Matt. Really cool guy. He sent me a pick to try out. And and I told him how much I liked it, and yeah, he was willing to offer me an endorsement. So
That's sweet, dude. Yeah, no, I didn't know it was legit, like actual. I thought it'd just be plastic or something, but no, that's legit.
yeah, they're really cool. They're kind of, they're like 30 or $40, so they're a little bit pricey for a guitar pick, but they're gonna last
Yeah,
you a long ass time. Um,
yeah. What millimeter grade is that?
so this, I got a couple different ones. I got one that's 2.25 millimeters.
Holy moly!
So they're pretty thick.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
you're
don't.
playing with some thick ones.
And this one is 3 millimeters, I think.
Holy
This little
cow!
purple one.
Yeah, that's a sweet guitar pick, though. Really.
Yeah, but the others, I've got like the Swiss pick one here too. I don't know if you've seen
Nice.
those before.
No, I haven't.
Those are cool. They've got the holes in them for grip.
Yeah.
Um, this is a typically I just play like a 1 millimeter pick, or this is 1.8. Um, but still, that's still pretty thick. It's not really flexible or anything. But
Right. Well, if you need to record, one of those really nice chuggy riffs, those Stone Age guitar picks are going to come in handy for getting your
yeah,
clarity and just being able to really just rip up on it or rip down.
yeah, it's interesting with the Stone Age picks because like they can be a little noisy, and he tells you that like when you order. Like he told me about that because like if you're not careful with them, you can cause some extra string noise here and there. But the string noise is kind of what's cool about them,
Right.
for certain aspects. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it adds a little flair to your playing,
Yeah,
which is neat in its own sense. That's neat.
yeah. It gives the pick its own little tone.
Yeah. So along with Kiesel and Stone Age, you also have the Happy Cable Company. How'd you get that one?
Yeah, that was my first endorsement. It was the same kind of deal. I messaged them on Instagram and asked about, just kind of inquired about their cables and stuff, and he had already been following me, it turns out. And so he offered me an endorsement and gave me a discount on a cable, and I've been using this cable ever since. It's a great cable. It's purple braided cable.
Yeah.
It's made in America.
Nice.
Really high quality stuff. It. I'm really lucky that these companies are willing to work with me.
Yeah, I was going through your endorsement list. I can't remember if it was on no, I think it was Facebook. I was just looking at all your different endorsements, and then, Kiesel's obviously the flashiest one, the newest one. It's like, that's probably the one you're like, oh, dude, I got it, and you were so stoked. I remember all the pictures you were taking of them, and that was really sweet.
Yeah, man, I'm really excited. I'm really thankful that like I said, that these guys are willing to put their name on me, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, it's like it's like a fantasy team when it comes to all
Yeah.
your different artists that you sponsor. It's like, hey, I believe in this guy, and it's really neat. It's just like knowing that a business is like, hey, I believe in what this guy's doing.
Yeah. It's really like reassuring that I'm not just losing my mind over here
Yeah.
doing this.
It's
You
like
know?
I don't just have 65K or whatever on Instagram or TikTok or Spotify. It's like I don't just have fans. I have businesses that believe in what I'm doing. It's like a whole different ballpark when you get these people who are like, "Hey, I will give you endorsement and discounts or free, however you get stuff." And Kiesel, you're getting your custom guitar, your signature guitar. How's that coming along? Or I don't know if you can talk about it.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, it's they're doing they're giving me a couple free guitars, which is fucking
Really?
ridiculous. Which is just ridiculous to say.
Yeah,
Can't-
a couple
so-
free ones, man.
Yeah. Technically it's not like a signature guitar.
Right.
But every guitar that you order from Kiesel is custom, like
Oh,
fully.
okay.
Yeah. So no matter what you order from them, you are you're going to pick out what woods you want, what color you want, anything. So I've been obsessed with making these things on my own and paying for them over the past 4 years.
Right.
So yeah, over the last couple months, I just ordered both of them like last month. So I'm really excited for when those show up in a couple months. One's going to be a headless 8-string, and the other one's going to be a 6-string with a headstock. So that'll be
Really?
different for once.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you're gonna
figured-
revert back to the old days.
Yeah. I figured for like a lot of covers I do are 6-string songs, and I don't have a Kiesel 6-string. And so what happens is if it's in standard tuning, the only Kiesel I have that's in standard tuning is my 8-string. So I pick up my 8-string to play a 6-string song.
Yeah.
And it's like, this feels a little silly.
Yeah, no.
with extra thick neck just to avoid those strings, you know?
Yeah, because I think you did the Money So Big on your 8-string. Didn't you?
Yeah, I did that. It was my 7-string.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was my
You
Vader
can
back
show them
there.
off if you want. I'd love to see
sure.
them.
This is their Vader model, and yeah, this is the one I played.
Yeah. Yep.
On that video. It's got the pink to purple finish.
That's a really nice gradient.
Yeah. This one is really special to me. I really love this one.
How do you like the multi-scale?
Multiscale is great, dude. It makes it so that, you know, the low strings have a lot more tension on them, but it doesn't have to pull the high strings as tight.
Right.
So you can still bend real easy, not have the strings fight you, and you can still use thin strings on the high end, but, you know, get away with thin strings on the low end as well.
Yeah. Did that mess with your playing at all when you first got into playing on a multi-scale?
Not really. It is a bit of a trip looking down at your fretboard, like, and it's a little bendy looking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're like, yeah.
Yeah. It takes like maybe an hour or two to kind of just get accustomed to it, because like it's funny, you can play it without looking at it and you don't really even notice it, but once you take a look down, it's like, that's a little strange looking. but it doesn't really take much time. I mean, it's not crazy. It's not like they're out of place or anything. It's just pretty subtle. But it does maybe take like a day of accommodation to get used to it, I would say.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Because before I got I think I was showing you that the Schecter, the DJ Ashba signature, that black one that I got this year. Yeah, that thing's pretty sick. Otherwise, I was looking at some multi-scale. I can't even remember. But I always wanted to try a multi-scale just like how different is it? Because, you know, I have a 7-string, a JP70 by a Sterling JP70. And it's, you know, it's okay. But, you know, when you get into like drop G or any drop tuning, you're going to have that really, you know, looser feel to a string.
Yeah, and I don't like using thick strings personally, even if I'm tuned low, just because I feel like it sounds too muddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, tuning really low on a 7-string, like I have this in drop G, but my lowest string is only a 64, so it's still got a lot of snap to it, and that's just, you know, this perfect amount of tension. It's not floppy or anything because it's a 27-inch scale length on the low end here, so makes it nice and balanced.
That's a sweet guitar, man.
Yeah, I love this thing, man. Yeah, this is the 8-string that I ordered is kind of gonna be like the big brother to this. It's a similar finish, not the same. It's not gonna be exactly the same, but I'm excited about it.
Do you have active pickups in there?
No, this is Kiesel Lithiums. These are passive pickups, but it does have a battery pack in the back.
Yeah, I saw the battery pack, so that's why I asked.
Yeah, the battery pack is actually for there's an acoustic saddle system here. So I can turn on the acoustic saddles, and it's a piezo system, so it makes it sound like an acoustic guitar.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you wrote anything with that for Doppelganger?
Yeah, anytime we do a clean section, maybe not anytime, but like I'll try to experiment with it. If we write clean parts in the new song we're doing, there's a section with the piezo.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because I was talking to Leo, the old Guitar Center guitar tech, at the one you worked at, and I was asking him, like, is there a way I can make my guitar sound like an acoustic guitar? And he's like, yeah, the piezo system. And so that's neat. That's neat that you have. I didn't even know the acoustic saddles. That's the first time I ever heard of the acoustic saddles system.
Yeah, man.
How does that work? Do you want to break that down a little bit?
So it's gonna be like, I would almost have to open it up and show you, but
no, that's okay.
Underneath each individual saddle here, I can't really like
Yeah, you're
each
good right
set,
there.
where the string ends there.
Yeah.
There's a best way to describe it is there's a tiny little microphone underneath each of those 7 saddles, and a cable goes from each saddle to the back of here, and then the little chip that's in there will basically take that signal and kind of reconfigure it and make it sound like it's just a straight acoustic.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how it works, but I just know that
It's some magician over at Kiesel that's just doing all that stuff. No
yeah,
wonder it takes a couple months.
yeah, they do yeah, there's a couple brands that'll do piezo, like the John Petrucci guitars from Ernie Ball typically have those in them as well. Like I guess the Ernie Ball Majesties or whatever.
Yeah. I was gonna be like, my Sterling does not have that.
Yeah, fair enough.
It'd be nice, but no. Sweet. We are back. Oh, you got the 8-string too.
Yeah, I just swapped it out there.
Nice. What model is that?
This one's called the Zeus.
Nice.
Yeah.
Vader and Zeus. They come with some nice names.
Yeah, I know.
What models did you order?
I went with an 8-string Vader, and the one with the headstock is Ares.
Nice. That's the 6-string you got coming.
Yeah.
Where'd the questions go? There we go. Okay, so did you want to show off that Vader before we go into your recent tourings? Or Zeus.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, this is the Zeus. It's purple. I like purple a lot.
Oh yeah.
Got the kind of perimeter burst on it.
Yeah, they have some really nice wood grains.
Yeah, it's got the Buckeye burl top and then an alder body and a walnut neck on there too.
Nice. Yeah, that's a really nice finish too.
Yeah, I love this one.
What gauge are you running on there?
So this is 9 on the high E to 80 on the low 8. It's a low E that I have on there. So
Nice.
yeah,
Nice. Yeah, because I was just trying to think of like "I Was God Once." I know is that your only 8-string song?
no, For Granted and I Was God Once are the only 8-string songs.
Yeah, because I know you were telling me that the self-titled was all drop G in 7.
It is. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you planning on making more 8-string stuff, or are you kind of sticking around drop G? Or
No, I'm probably going to stick to just the 2 tunings I've been messing around with lately, which is drop G, on the 7, and then it's drop E, A, like both of those, I guess. Like
E. It's like standard 6, but then E and A on top.
Yep, exactly.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just so I have some easy octave access,
Yeah. I'm trying to think of who else does that. I don't know a lot of 8-string tunings that bands do.
Yeah, honestly, I would only be familiar with like just a drop tuning of like standard with a B on the 7-string, and then go down to E. I know that's what Animals as Leaders does a lot. I think it's what Polyphia does on their "Look But Don't Touch" song.
Oh yeah, you did a cover of that, didn't you? Or a clip cover.
Yeah, I just did like the main riff. I probably can't even still play it.
I was gonna say, dude, that's their video for that on Guitar World's YouTube thing. That's really a good little clip for them. Really describes Polyphia in one video.
Oh yeah. I love how they have their like attitude thing going on.
They're very very goofy, but I love it.
Yeah, we got to open for them years and years ago in Iowa
really?
City. Yeah,
Holy cow.
It was a Halloween show. It was Polyphia, Intervals, and The Contortionist was the tour, and we opened up for them, and that was back when I think we were still a 6-piece. It was like one of our first shows. Looking back, I'm sure it was a little questionable performance on our part, but I had a good time. We got to hang out with the bands afterward, and they were all really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do any of the Polyphia members follow you on Instagram?
I don't think so, but it's been crazy. Like I said,
Yeah,
with the following lately, a a couple of the guys from Veil of Maya uh, actually do now. I guess
that's
Mark and
crazy.
Sam, which is really crazy because they're one of my biggest influences. And then Born of Osiris, Cameron, their drummer. Yeah, dude, he's all in on the doppelganger stuff. Like
Nice.
him and I have messaged a couple times about it, and he's super cool, really nice guy. We've opened for Born of Osiris a good handful of times in Iowa City as well, and so we've gotten to hang out with them a couple times. And Cameron's always really friendly, good
Yeah,
guy.
that's awesome. You love seeing someone that you look up to, and then they look at you. They're like, "Hey, that's actually really neat." You know,
Yeah, man, it's a
that's
great. It's
yeah,
yeah, it's really a satisfying feeling. It's just like wow,
yeah,
it's like the payoff.
yeah.
Like
You made it really. Yeah,
yeah,
there's
if nothing else ever happens, it's just really fucking cool that the musicians that I look up to uh, also enjoy the stuff that I make. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, it's like I would say. Well, yesterday I was talking to Artifice, and one way you can say you made it in music is if you can pay your bills by playing music. Or now that we're talking, it's like, or you made your idols impressed.
Right.
That's
Yeah, man.
another milestone too.
It's all about what you consider to be success, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. Oh yeah.
But
There's so many different definitions.
yeah, but no, absolutely, it's crazy to think that I have a couple of my influences that listen to my stuff. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. I won't dive in too much. You don't have to say anything, but it would be pretty crazy if we heard Alex Coates feature on a Veil of Maya song.
Hey, man, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, or a Veil of Maya featuring Doppelganger.
Ooh,
That would be pretty sweet.
that would also be cool.
They actually do features and stuff that I don't really think they would do, like the Home Team band. They're like a pop punk band from Seattle, but their song "Danger" is featuring Jeff Loomis and Veil of Maya. So
Oh wow.
it's kind of neat to see that they're, I would say a metalcore band jumping into pop punk. I think that's pretty.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome that they're not holding themselves to any certain sound.
Yeah. So with your glow up on Instagram and just I guess just playing shows, so have you got to meet anyone from your just success?
Not like from the internet stuff yet, I guess. If there's anybody that I've met, it's just like I said, Cameron Loge from Born of Osiris, the drummer from Born of Osiris, likes to hang out with us when we opened up a couple of their shows in Iowa City. And years and years ago, I got to hang out with the guys in Polyphia and Intervals and the Contortionist. And um, but these were all at shows that we opened up for them in Iowa City area. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, as far as like on like the following from the past couple months, uh, not yet, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
No, it's coming, dude. It really, because honestly, I think you and Kyle are really good together because you guys play through with I Was God once. Whoever filmed that, you gotta give you credit where credit's due. That was a really good video. I don't
Oh
know
yeah, yeah,
how you
Jake
guys put
will.
that together. It was great.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he is a great videographer and photographer. Jake will. Um, yeah, he's been helping us out make our YouTube videos for the past good 4 years or so, I'd say. Yeah, he's a badass.
Oh yeah, no, he really did you guys good with I Was God One's playthrough. I think I'll use that as a little bit of that as the clip for the intro, if you
Yeah,
don't
man.
mind. Yeah, because that was
Please
really
do.
sick. Or I don't know, videography, cinematography. I'm not good with terminology, but really good
Me
stuff.
either.
Yeah. So,
Video.
what's been your favorite venue to play?
Favorite venue to play. The first one that comes to mind is the Blue Moose in Iowa City, but it's not
Shut
there
down now,
anymore.
yeah.
But that's probably the most memorable shows that I've had would be at that venue. We've got, like I've mentioned it, but Born of Osiris,
Yeah.
Polyphia, all those crazy shows we've got to play there. But then there's also Gabe's in Iowa City, um, and um, there's this place called SV2 Bar and Grill in Wisconsin that we played a really fun show at, like January 2020, right before everything went to shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Have you played at Wildwood in Iowa City?
No, but need to get up there and go to a show or something up there. I've heard good things.
You haven't been to Wildwood?
Not yet, no.
Oh,
No.
dude, it's awesome. They have killer food, man.
Oh,
Killer
cool.
food. They have the best cheese curds. If you're a cheese curd guy, I love cheese curds. You know,
I go for a
Culver's.
cheese curd.
Yeah, they're good. No, they're great, man. Then their wings, they do kind of they're grilled wings, but then the sauce is like a vinegar base, so it's like all on the bottom, but it's like a nice crunchy layer of skin, and then just the most tender chicken you can imagine.
That
It's
sounds
awesome.
great.
Yeah, it's awesome. I went to see Sleepwaker, I the Breather, Execution Day, Curses, that whole gig that was going on in January, and the food was so good that I think Jason Caudill, the guitarist from Sleepwaker, had someone in the pit like feeding him like a chicken strip while he was doing a set. It was awesome.
Oh man, that's the dream.
Yeah, just eating chicken, playing guitar, man. No, that was a sweet gig. I've been there 3 times this year to see Fit for an Autopsy, I the Breather, and Lorna Shore. Lorna Shore was awesome, man.
Oh, dude, how was the Fit for an Autopsy show?
It was really good. They had a killer lineup. They had Great American Ghost, Signs of the Swarm, Enterprise Earth. Enterprise Earth.
Hell
We're
yeah.
going to the Enterprise Earth show.
Yeah, yeah. So, I was listening to a podcast with Patrick from Fit for an Autopsy, and he was asked, the interviewer asked him like what have been the best shows so far, and he mentioned Iowa City.
Really?
So, yeah, and he was like, it was at this saloon bar thing, and
Yeah.
it was like a Wednesday night, but it was packed. So yeah, he was stoked on Iowa City, so that was cool.
Yeah, it was such a good show, man. I mean, I think it was right before their newest album came out, so we got to hear some of the new stuff too.
Cool.
Oh, it was sweet. I think my favorite was it Two Towers?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's a great one.
I think that's one of my favorites off that one. I was
Yeah.
trying to learn his in Drop G, I think.
Yeah, they have a lot of stuff in Drop G.
Yeah. But then they had to play, what is it? Absolute Hope, Absolute Hell. That's a
Oh, I love
great
that.
song. Yeah. I
Oh, yeah.
don't know if you remember my buddy Leon. I don't know if he swung through Guitar Center a couple times.
I think so.
I think so. I think he was trying to get guitar lessons from you at some point too, but just too
Right on.
busy with all that. But no, yeah, me and him went to all those shows in Iowa City.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, he dragged me to them. We're in the pit for a lot of it, and then a lot of the headlining stuff, especially Sleepwaker. Me and him loved Sleepwaker, but sadly they broke up. I don't know if you listen to him, but if you like heavy,
I know I've heard that name, but no, I haven't gotten a chance to listen to him.
they have this song called Candlemaker, and the breakdown, the bridge before the breakdown is this girl, their drummer had from high school, sing in this nice choir voice, "This little light of mine, I'm gonna make it shine." It just jumps into this nasty lo-fi guitar chugging in the background, and then they cut the lo-fi filter, and it's just this nasty scream from their vocalist, and just it was sweet. What was I gonna talk? Oh, your recent show with Lightworker and Spirit Breaker. Wasn't that in Moline last year, or was it earlier this year? How'd that?
No,
go?
that was that was back in May. That was really cool. It was really cool.
Yeah. I told you I was trying to go to that one by at finals.
No, you're good. Yeah, that was really cool. We got to play with Lightworker and Spirit Breaker.
Lightwork, yeah.
Um,
Was Aaron Lunas
and-
at that one? The bassist for Spirit Breaker,
um,
the guy with
I
dreads.
I believe so. Yeah, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, because he was also the bassist for Sleepwaker.
Oh right. Oh,
Yeah.
is that right? Okay.
Yeah, they're both from Grand Rapids.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
how do
was-
you like their set?
They were great. Really cool, like vocal, like harmonies and stuff. And there was like it. The show itself was really cool because it was kind of a smaller show. So by the time their set was on, there was a good a small crowd, but really energetic crowd, like getting all up and to the front of the stage
Oh
and
yeah,
everything like that. So
you gotta
it was
love
a good
that.
it was a good time. Yeah.
Yeah. How is Lightworker? I never even heard of Lightworker until you posted on Facebook. Hey, we're gonna be playing in Moline with Lightworker. I saw Spirit Breaker and Doppelganger. I'm like, man, that'd be just that's the bread and butter.
Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, Lightworker is really cool. They're another band that Daniel Gailey, who mixed our last couple singles, he's been working with that band as well. And Daniel plays guitar in Phineas and Fit for a King.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah. So it was funny because I saw him post about Lightbreaker on what am I talking about? Lightworker. Jesus.
No, well, didn't they advertise it as Lightbreaker or something? I want to say
I'm,
they did.
it's just me mixing them
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Now you get
Um,
it in my head.
but yeah, they were working on some new music with Daniel at the same time. Like they were in his studio while we were sending mixes back and forth with For Granted. So they're really cool. They're heavy metalcore, technical
Oh yeah.
riffs and stuff. So yeah, definitely check them out if you get a chance.
Yeah, I think I did at once upon a time, but I couldn't tell you like anything that stood out. I think I liked it for like 30 minutes, but like, I like going through like a whole discography and I like starting at like their base EP or single or whatever, and then just seeing kind of like how they grow as a band is really neat to
Yeah.
see. Be like, oh well, maybe they had a little bit more money for mixing and mastering through a third
hmm
party, or they learned more
hmm
technical riffs. I think that's really
Yeah.
neat.
Yeah. Going back to the beginning and see like how bands evolve over the years.
Yeah, because I know you're saying that when Doppelganger was a six piece, you had all these albums and stuff recorded, but I think you only have the self titled and then your singles on there now, don't you?
Yeah. On Spotify and like iTunes, all that stuff is just our instrumental stuff and our newer stuff. But our Bandcamp has everything if you want to go back and listen. I'm pretty sure our EP is still on there. I don't remember. I
I'm gonna
don't
check that
recall.
out. I want to see what six piece of Doppelganger sounds like.
I know that our 5-piece album is on there too, but I don't remember if we still if we took down that EP or not. I don't think so. I think it's all up there.
Yeah, I think I was telling you this earlier, but I had a buddy at Iowa State. He's like, hey, can you play this song by intervals? I'm like, dude, I am not that good of a guitarist, but I'm like, so I knew this guy for like a couple months, and then I had posted on my Snapchat story where he was playing whatever riff like Beartooth I learned because I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
I like this, I like playing guitar for people too. So then he reached out, he's like, hey, can you play intervals? I'm like, no, but if you like progressive metal type stuff, go check out this band from my hometown. We got a good friend in there, you, and he's like,
Hey, thanks.
you know Doppelganger? I was
Oh
like,
shit.
yeah. So he was a huge fan. So I told him I was gonna have you on the podcast. And he's like, no way.
Oh, that's
Yeah. So you got fans, man. You got legit living fans that I've met. That's
that's
crazy.
awesome,
Yeah,
dude.
'cause
That's
it's
cool to
like
hear.
you think you're telling people a band from your hometown, like, hey, have you heard of this? And you think you're gonna hear no, but
Right. Yeah. No, I
there
hear
it
you.
is.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. I
That's
just
really cool to hear, man.
Yeah, no, it is
'Cause
really. It was cool
you
for
don't
me to even
expect it.
hear. I'm not even in
Yeah.
Doppelganger, but yeah,
Yeah, that's you like you said, being just essentially just a local band, you don't expect people to have ever heard of you.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's cool when every now and then somebody says, "Oh, wait, I do recognize that name."
yeah. No, it really is, especially when it's not. I guess really the only biggest band name that comes out of Iowa is obviously Slipknot. A lot of people
Yeah,
know Slipknot.
of
But it's
course.
like that's kind of like the Iowa's one hit wonder. But
Yeah, that's the
maybe
Iowa band.
Doppelganger's number two.
Hey,
Never know.
who knows?
You never know. You got 65K on Instagram, man.
We'll
Well,
see.
I guess number two would be Micah Martin. That came out.
Oh, yeah.
because he's got like over 700K on Spotify.
Yeah,
He's getting there.
he's doing real well.
Yeah,
Him and I,
it's crazy, man.
he went to the same high school as me. He was a couple years older than me.
That's crazy.
I don't know him super well, but seems like a cool dude.
Yeah. No, I saw a couple of Zealot shows with him, and I think at Beers Tube I had all of them sign my guitar, but the poly finish it's not there
Oh,
anymore.
it's gonna rub right off.
Yeah. So, but no, for your guys showing you were gonna do open for Enterprise Earth, but then that whole thing just kind of it's whatever. But we'll still get to hang out though. But I'll bring a base plate for you to sign, or back plate.
Oh yeah,
back plate, not base plate, back plate.
oh yeah,
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
I'm down. I appreciate that. That's so cool.
Well, yeah, I wanted to get like all the guitars at least, or I just wanted to make this guitar like, just be like, hey, sign this. I'm like, I'm signing a guitar. It's just a different kind of experience because it's like I really like seeing these metal bands because like in the metal community, the tickets are super cheap. So in my mind, I'm thinking, a lot of that there's like no overhead from what the venue itself is making, so a lot of these bands are relying on merch being sold and or go stream stuff or share it.
That's absolutely. I mean, merch is like the number one.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's really cool. I'm sure bringing a guitar to a show to have them sign is gonna be memorable and
I'm still choosing a guitar. It's like, which one do I want to just sand down? Because it's like all of them have a nice finish. So it's like maybe I just have to buy like a cheap junker guitar off like Facebook Marketplace or something, and that's just like trash to crap already. It's like I don't care, but it'd still be neat though.
Yeah, man, I hear you. Just like it's just gonna be a piece of wall art,
Yeah, no, it'd be neat. But do you have any side project stuff that you do? I don't know if you dabble in like mixing or mastering or producing for other people or.
Well, nothing official, but I've been messing around writing some stuff with a couple people that I've met on Instagram recently. And we've been kind of working on a little hip hop rock kind of like fusion kind of project almost.
Nice.
So that'll be something to look forward to in the future, but I'm not too sure how far away that'll be, but that's been fun. Other than that though, I mean, we haven't, finalized or released anything, so but that's about it. That's what's fun for me though, is just playing a bunch of different stuff. That way I don't get burnt, don't want to get myself too burnt out on one style or genre. I try to hop back and forth, like I was saying earlier. When I write metal stuff for Doppelganger, I'll turn around and maybe the next day I'll make a little video for a hip-hop song and go back and forth. So
yeah, well, cool, because I was talking with Saints Can Lie too, and their vocalist and bassist have a side project, Nothing For You. It's a little heavier metalcore compared to what they do, but it's just something to kind of help keep content coming. Like if some people will be like, oh hey, I need to focus on something else because priorities come up. Sure. And you just help keep the juices coming, man. Because it's like really, you'd hate to see someone with such a creative mind. Like you write some really crazy riffs. Like you actually know theory. I just play guitar. I play what sounds good, man. But you're over here doing tapping wherever along the neck, and then you're doing crazy stuff, 20+ fret stuff. I'm just like, that's beyond me.
Well, I appreciate it, man. It's it's just me being like obsessive, I guess, about being able to play technical stuff.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be able to play like that for some weird reason, even though it makes things more difficult for me to.
Yeah. So you're probably just like, why do I do this? You start writing something.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how do you write your music?
It's a little different like every time I sit down to try and work on something, but a lot of the time I'll just open up a recording program, a digital audio workstation, as the kids say, and then just start like a little loop, like a drum loop, or even just a click, like I'll set the tempo and let the metronome go, and I'll just record myself and try to see if any improvisation, anything cool comes of that. And if I catch myself, making something cool, I'll try to keep it and try to expand upon it, make a whole riff out of it, and see where it goes from there. But it depends, because like it's different every time. Sometimes I'll start with guitar. Sometimes I might open up my synthesizer program and start messing around there, and sometimes it'll start with a riff. Sometimes it's a chord progression. But yeah, it's hard to pinpoint like exactly the
Right.
process, I
Right.
guess. But
Well, because I know Tim Henson from Polyphia was like, "Hey, here's how Goat was made. It was just a MIDI piano."
yeah, that's that. I've watched a couple of his videos on that, and it's really interesting how he does that. Where he'll just like map out the chord progression in MIDI and then learn how to play it all at once on guitar.
Yeah, his brain's just it's it's not like my brain. My brain just somehow got shortchanged from his whatever he's
That's
got going on up there.
Yeah, dude, that's how I feel being in the instrumental guitar world.
Yeah.
It's like he's you know the new Polyphia stuff that they've been putting out is just so
Oh
good.
yeah, like playing God's it's just like how do you even write that? Well, that's
Yeah,
how
I
I
know.
feel when I'm listening to Doppelganger too. I'm like, listening to like the intro to Plummet or the intro to I Was God Once. Like I Was God Once has like a 15-second riff and then it repeats. I'm like, how do I even write something that lasts for 15? I can't even memorize something that goes for that long. But I was trying last year, I think, because I was sending you clips of like, hey, I'm trying I Was God Once.
Yeah,
Trying
man.
keyword.
Hey, keep at it, dude. It's really just a matter of keeping at it and
Yeah.
finding it. Finding out like what your strengths and what your weaknesses are, and like everybody's got different strengths and weaknesses on guitar.
Right.
So that's what I try to when I'm writing stuff. I like tapping and I like doing
Oh,
weird
yeah.
string stretches, so that's what almost all of my riffs end up being. But what's easy for me might be difficult for somebody else just because of the typical like everybody has their own mannerisms on guitar,
Right.
just like everybody has their own mannerisms when they speak. It's like
Yeah.
but yeah, dude, it's like um I don't know. It's been really cool lately having people actually taking an interest online, all from a couple TikTok videos.
Yeah, TikTok and Instagram videos. I mean, it's really neat to see a local band blow up that I've been listening to since Heavy Fest. Since Heavy Fest. I don't know if
Oh,
I
man.
saw your guys' set, but I bought a ticket. And
Appreciate it.
yeah, because it's like, it started like 1 or 2 p.m. and went till like, God knows when. It was like, that was at the Cole Ballroom. Honestly, now when I asked you what was your favorite venue, I would have said Cole Ballroom, personally, just because I know Jimi Hendrix signature is in there. And
Oh,
that's
yeah,
like
that-
one of the godfathers of guitar.
That is, yeah, absolutely. That was really cool to be able to play there. That's one I almost forgot about. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, Heavy Fest was like forever ago. That was when Leo was still working at
Yeah.
Guitar Center too.
Yeah,
Yeah. I went there with my dad, and my dad, he doesn't listen to metal, so it was just like him just being like, and I'm over here like, it gets that heavy, It's just
Yeah.
like, because before then I was just like listening to like 80s hair metal, and you guys are over here playing on 7 and 8 strings. Like, I think one of my
Well, that's
favorite
cool.
bands that came out that was By the Thousands from
Oh,
Twin
yeah.
Cities, Minnesota. They were really good, and their new album too. Not the last one. Well, not the one they made before Heavy Fest, but their new one, 2020 album or something. Dead Matter or
That's what it's called. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
a
dude,
good
I love
guess.
those guys are great, and yeah, I absolutely love By the Thousands. They've all been like really supportive of us as well. We've opened up for them a couple times now when they come through town, and
Really.
they're really supportive of us on like social media and everything. And I've covered a couple of their solos, and actually Dustin, their guitar player, him and I covered an electronic song by The Midnight. We both did a little like a solo trade-off thing. That's uploaded on my YouTube channel, and I think it's on his Facebook and Instagram and stuff. But yeah, By the Thousands, those guys are so good.
Oh yeah, they freaking. I think they're one of the best. Well, not the best because I wasn't there the whole Heavy Fest. I was there for a couple of hours with my dad. It's just like I just looked over at him and I just thought he was just like, he was more of like a nice jazz blues type of guy, and then I'm over here like, hey, let's go
Right.
to Heavy Fest. But it's like I didn't have a car, I didn't have a license at the time, and so he's just like, well, I'll be supportive, which was cool. Really, it was cool.
That is cool of him to do
Yeah,
for you.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
It was really neat. And then I dragged him along to the Zealots concert too, that was over at Rascals in Moline. That's how I met Artifice. I just had him on yesterday. I don't know
Oh,
if you
cool.
heard of Artifice, but they opened up for the Zealots a couple years back, 2016, 2017.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
But did you do anything with? You didn't play with the Zealots, did you?
Mm.
You're
No,
just too different at music, probably.
I used to work with Ryan at Guitar
Yeah,
Center
I
for a
remember
little
he
bit.
worked there for a little bit. And funny story about that. I came in with a Zealot shirt one time, and he's like, "Hey, I like your shirt." And I'm like, "Holy
Nice.
cow, dude!" Because
That's awesome.
yeah, I think it was, yeah, because I saw him at the Make America Rock Again tour at
Yeah.
iWireless with Tesseract and Alien Ant Farm and all them. But yeah, jam something, dude. Or if you want to play, if you want to do a one take of I Was God once, I don't know how up to par you are on. Play, or how about just play something you're comfortable playing really good.
No, I can do I Was God once if you want. Let me open up a. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear my guitar or not, though. Let me see.
I can hear it. Or you can do direct in.
I mean, like, let me open up my little. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Is it too loud?
No, I can adjust levels too if I need to.
I don't want to destroy
I know you're good.
everything. Let me tune this up real quick. Can you hear that okay, though?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just gonna, yeah, I'll play the intro for you.
Sweet.
Make sure it's on Oh, let's see. Right?
That's tight, man. You got that down. Because like when you know you can play it in a clean tone with like no gain, you got it. That's
Yeah.
really like yeah, pretty much unplugged, and it still sounds really clear. You got it.
It's definitely a really exposing
yeah.
setting to be in.
It
That's for
really
sure.
is. It's like I don't know. It's like well, if you're like painting an art picture, you're gonna be like a nude artist, whatever. You know, you're a nude model for an artist, whatever. It's like that. It's
Right.
just like you are in the flesh, really, with it.
Right. No, I hear you. Completely exposed.
Yeah, no, that was you know you got it, man. You had it down tight. That's
Thanks, man.
I can play it like that.
I appreciate you.
I don't even have an 8 string to play with anymore. I traded it for Ibanez Jet King that I've been playing.
Oh, okay.
That's actually a really neat guitar. Let me grab that real quick. I want to
Yeah.
show you something on it.
Let's take a
I don't know
look.
how much you know about Jet Kings or Ibanez or I don't know. I have no idea. You probably know a lot more than I do about guitars, just because that's your go-to.
Well, I know about Ibanez, but Jet King I haven't heard of.
Well, yeah, so this is the Jet King. I think it's the Mach 2 model, but these little things. So obviously these are your humbuckers, right? But you can
Yep.
coil split with these
Oh, cool.
little switches, so you can switch between single and humbucker. But
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I was thinking about sanding up the back of this guitar.
That's a pretty sweet one.
Yeah,
It's
it
got like
is.
a-
I don't want to mess with it too much. I really like this front though. It's really like Western type look.
It's got like a retro kind of vibe going
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of what's that one Fender guitar? Is it a Jaguar?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. That because it's
Yeah.
got the switches. That's what it makes me think of. Yeah.
Yeah. So then, yeah, you have your volume, tone, you know, the basics. But no, then
Yeah, dude.
I thought this was a sticker, but no, that's painted with
That's
like
just-
a actual. You know, it's pretty sweet. But
Cool.
yeah, I traded my that Legator, the Ninja Pro 8 string, for this. But yeah,
Right on, man.
put this back real quick. What's been the coolest guitar you've owned other than a Kiesel?
Probably. I mean, actually, it's probably my. I really liked the Ibanez that I had for a little while. It was an RGD 7 string, and yeah, that was the guitar that I had right before I went over to Kiesel, like bought my first Kiesel, I should say. Yeah, I ordered I played that Ibanez 7 string for a couple of years, and that was the first 7 string I'd ever owned. And yeah, I was I was a pretty big fan of that guitar. But then after that, like everything I've owned has been Kiesel.
Yeah.
Dream tour lineup. So like anybody ever?
Anybody in the history of freaking music, man, dead or alive.
Oh my God, that opens up a lot of doors.
It does. It does. Maybe that's an overwhelming question.
Well, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind, I mean, would be Metallica, because that's just the reason
Yeah.
I decided to get good at playing guitar, was so I could play Metallica songs pretty much.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, dude. Dream tour to play on? Is that like, would I guess I'd be included?
How
Like
about
Doppelganger
yeah?
to
How
play the
about
tour?
how about let's do a lineup of one you just go watch and one you are playing in. It could be multi-genre too.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Metallica. I don't know. I'd have to throw it all in on one.
Yeah.
Let's go with like Metallica. I like, what's a rapper I like? Kendrick Lamar. I listen to a lot of Kendrick Lamar.
That'd be a sick lineup. Just
that'd be
imagine, yeah,
Yeah, that'd be so funny mixing those two.
yeah.
That'd be crazy to see together. Oh man. he's doing ad libs.
Yeah.
So I would love to see that. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
What about like, I don't even know. Mixing metal and hip hop is really funny. Like, what if it was just like Doja Cat and Dream Theater?
Oh,
You
or
know,
just put John Petrucci and their drummer behind
Yeah.
Doja Cat.
something crazy like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Then get the vocalist from like Slayer in there just for fun. I don't know. Just
get man,
Yeah.
it'd be cool to see a rapper bring out Polyphia to like be hit their
Yeah.
his band or something. That'd be
that
so
would
cool.
be because honestly, Polyphia is really versatile.
They could do
really.
it. Absolutely.
They
Yeah.
could. Who do you think they'd go good with?
Oh man. Well, they have somebody featured on one of their new songs, but shoot,
I
I
can't
don't
think
know.
off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like Post Malone or somebody. That'd be funny.
Oh, that'd be awesome because really they can write some really chill riffs too. I can't remember
could-
off what the Renaissance album,
Yeah.
the one with. I can't even think of which one that one. Well, no, I know I know the album cover, but then the worst album is another one of my favorites.
Yeah, Polyphia is one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
Like, they're so good at everything.
Have you covered any Polyphia?
Not full songs, just I did that one riff.
Oh
Look
yeah,
But Don't Touch.
Yeah, look but don't touch.
Oh, and I covered Nightmare, the tapping section. That's that song off of Renaissance. There's an 8-string section. All these. It's always funny when I upload covers of stuff like that because I never really go back and practice it after I record it.
Yeah, so it's just like, hey, can you play this? It's like, actually, no, I can't. I
it's
lost.
like, yeah, I used to be able to. Here's the video of it.
Yeah, it's like I did. Just watch that video. Like, no, I
Yeah.
need the whole thing. It's like, no, I can't. I'm sorry. You know?
Right.
But yeah. So as we're dwindling down to a minute 30 left, is there anything you want to say that you and Kyle are coming out with, or anything you want to tease, or?
I mean, we're working on new music right now. We're probably just going to end up, releasing stuff with, programmed drums, just mixing it that way and get good drums,
Yeah.
There's a lot of good drum programs out there these days.
Oh yeah.
But
Or you
yeah,
could
we're
feature
gonna,
someone.
that's the thing we've talked about as well, is possibly getting some more guest features, drums, guitar, couple people in on this project, but yeah, in the future, hopefully pretty soon, we're gonna have a new single. There's no release date yet because it's
Right.
not finalized, but
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna work on just releasing things single by single, essentially. That way we can keep developing our sound as we go.
I like that. I like singles a lot more. Well, I like the art behind the For Granted and I Was God ones too, rather than just all these. Because to
Thanks,
me,
man.
the album or I don't know, album cover, the single cover, whatever you want to call the art piece. I think it really helps define the shape of a song too.
It definitely does. Definitely like brings you into the immersion more. But we got less than a minute.
Yeah, less than a minute. Let's wrap this up, and I appreciate you being on, man. It really does mean a lot.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we if all goes well, and if you want to ever tease something or say announce something, I'd be glad to have you back on.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. All right. Have a good rest of your night, and thanks for being on, man. This has been
You
Unplugged and Muted with Alex Coach from Doppelganger. Go check him out.
take care.